a period in time, and there's things that happen before, there's things that are gonna happen after, but it's about this one specific moment and everything that's happening to this one neighborhood in one day, and I think that's really special.
We talked about it in rehearsals in the terms of music. This play is very musical. There's a lot of rhythm built in. And an interlude in music is something that interrupts and kind of gives you almost this breath of something new. And I think that fits really well with summertime and interlude because you get to see a different day from what is typical for them. So it's a break in their stasis. Yeah, this character is like one of I want to say the loves of my life. I connect on such a deep emotional level. There are things that she says that I have said verbatim in my day-to-day life. There's distinct differences obviously between me and the character, but even the relationship she carries with her older siblings, I have a lot of personal ties to that. And I've never felt more connected to a character, honestly, than Lindy. She's fucking real, she's funny as hell, and she tries to be the sunshine of everybody's life. And I think that that's really inspiring and really beautiful.
I would say the challenging part of David is having gone to prison. And in my head, the expectation of going to prison is coming out hard, or hard as iron, hard as a rock. But in the show, there's moments where it literally says that I'm getting softer. So also still having somewhere within me that softness, because I'm the complete opposite, where I'm soft day to day, crack a smile at everything. So to come back from an environment where cracking a smile probably isn't the, safest or strongest thing to do, I would say it's hard. It's trying to find a strength that's not a stereotype, but a strength that's also visible to the audience, to have that relationship to going to jail.
For me, this character is me, and pretty much in everything that he does, with the jokes, the way he communicates and bonds with his family. It's me. It's totally me. One person that I really, really just enjoy working with is go play right now, Omar. If you have questions about your character, what's going on in the scene, you go with, I go up to him, hey, Omar, can you tell me, how do you feel about this part, and how do you feel about this? And he'd always switch it around and be like, well, let's see, Santino, how does it feel like to you? And he never answers my questions. I always have to answer my own question, but it's great just having a person that just makes you think. Yeah, great.
That knows how to guide you without necessarily telling you.
Yeah.
I relate to this character a lot on this front, and I have a very similar relationship, unfortunately, with one of my older siblings, and so, it's interesting to portray it on stage, keeping in mind the love. I think I forget that a lot. Especially because my own shit going on. I get very caught up in the argument of it a lot because I'm a very argumentative person, and so trying to remember that these characters, even when you look at the scenes where they're talking, they're bantering, they're still arguing. It's the way that they talk. It's the love. It's it's the frustration, the sadness, but being able to portray that all while also still being in the confines of an argument. That's kind of been the biggest challenge for me versus connecting emotionally, if that makes sense.
I would say it's very similar to how I argue with my sister in real life, because I hate being mad at people. And so when she makes me that angry at her to where I'm having to go off on her, lecture her or, fuss at her, I hate it so much because in those moments I do also get caught up in the argument. So I'm always I have to slow myself down, or in moments where I don't slow myself down and I say the rancid shit, oh my God, when I say the rancidness, the rancid things, I always think back and I'm I don't know, it's never just a good feeling. So I think having that present in the argument as I'm having it is I don't want to hurt her feelings. I just want her to understand me.
Okay, I do have one thing, and I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but like it means something. So when we were doing table work, in both of our like one-on-one scenes with each other, there's a lot of beats and a lot of big moments, and we would practice like taking a big breath during those beats. And Omar said something, it was like, Sid is that breath, with like David and everything. And so we're talking about it's smitten. It's a smittenness.
It's smitten.
It's a smittenness. And I think they have something really special where it's like they're both giving each other this time and energy that they haven't been able to receive. And so they're able to, pour their hearts out a little bit to each other and be very vulnerable in a way that they usually don't get to do. And Sid, every time I'm picking up the phone, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. But it's, I'm having a vulnerable moment right before. And so getting to let that guard down is, I think, very important. And everyone needs someone like that.
I would agree. I would also say it's that person where you can never say the wrong thing. So yeah, that's really it. It's very exciting. It's very thrilling. The way the banter is back and forth, and the way it just always sits in the right spot. Like it's never too much, it's never too little, it's always perfect.
And I feel like they go from serious moment to banter to serious moment to banter, and it's never like, oh, one person's still on this wavelength and another person's on this one. Like they're just moving at the exact same. They're insane the whole time. It's great.
Hi, I'm Santi and I'm understudying for Trey.
Hi, my name is Kiara Hendrix-Glover and I am Kyrie. Trick and Kyrie are kind of like this metronome for the show. They keep everybody on beat, like telling everybody what's going on, and like we're just informative. Like without us, like I feel like the story would be off track.
They have a very, very big personality that has to fill up the room. But I think the hardest part was just going back and forth with each other, because it's like we're finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah, well, I'll start with the challenges. Yes, being right on top of each other and finishing someone's sentences. Like, though I have connection with Santi and Jimmie, I just feel like, jumping on someone's words, like, that's really, like, daunting. It's like, am I cutting them off? Or, like, I'm actually saying this, like how, where's that line of cutting someone off or actually finishing their sentences?
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to come across that way. Like, I wanted it to be like a natural flow of like, oh no, yeah, I know exactly what my guy is gonna say.
Sometimes you can even make the mistake of, is this my line or is this Kyrie's line?
Yeah, like, I'm like, and then sometimes there's some of Trig's lines that I would have said, and
Yeah.
vice versa. And what was easy for me? Well, no, just kidding. I feel like Kyrie's like kind of funny. It's funny. And my name starts with K. Her name starts with K. There it is. And I just like making my friends laugh. And I feel like that's like Kyrie, like having this radio show is like her moment of like showing part of herself that she doesn't show her friends. Like, yeah, Kyrie's funny, but I get to let loose like without your response immediately. You can probably come up to me and be like, oh, that was funny what you said on your radio show, but you can't look at me like, girl, what? Like while I'm saying it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with Santi, when it came to callbacks, just reading my callback with Santi, it was great because you are my friend. And so it's just like, oh my God, this is a friend. And I think that's what I was able to bring to this role. Like Kyrie sees Trig and knows that's her guy. He's gonna understand her no matter what. And I personally just like making my friends laugh or just like being an entertainer. And I feel like that's what Kyrie likes to do. And that was that for me.
Yeah, I think I'm more of an introvert and Trig's definitely not. But it wasn't that it was like hard to relate, because it's like everyone has like their side that they want to speak or like their persona, especially their radio persona. So I feel like it was just a moment to like let go, not like a difficulty.
I appreciate Kyrie's will to be bold, like coming from a shy place or not knowing who you are and then creating who you are as a person and being unapologetic about it. it's great and something I strive to and I'm working on. I was a shy person, and like finding who I was made it easier to be who I am every day, and it's much more comfortable rather than have to like put up a mask. I love everybody in the cast. I feel like we're all like besties and silly little goofies. Like, and in this play, I feel like we all get to do that, like be little silly goofies, but be serious in some moments.
Awesome! I'm so excited to see this. It sounds phenomenal. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in and doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.